before it becomes the small white crystals known as sugar. Everything begins with raw stalks of sugarcane, fresh from the fields, still carrying moisture, still carrying the scent of soil and the weight of an entire harvest. The moment the cane enters the production line, the extraction of every drop of sweetness begins. From this point on, it is no longer just a crop from the field, part of a system that never stops working. Metal crushes through the tough outer fibers, releasing the juice stored inside for months. Every movement here feels slow, heavy, and filled with pressure. Sugarcane slowly loses its original form, and this is where the journey of sugar begins.
From raw sugarcane stalks, the journey of sugar begins.
Massive rollers compress layer after layer of cane fiber. Under enormous pressure, dark golden juice begins to flow out, carrying the natural sugar stored deep inside the plant. After being squeezed nearly dry, the remaining fiber separates from the juice, but the process is far from finished. Inside this liquid, impurities remain, foam, and countless particles that still need to be removed. The filtration system works continuously. To clean the raw extract, the juice passes through channels and holding tanks before entering the next critical stage, boiling the syrup. At this point, it is still nowhere near becoming sugar. This is only the first raw extract, drawn from tons of sugarcane moving through the factory. Heat begins to completely transform the structure of the cane juice. Inside these massive boiling tanks, steam, pressure, and time must be controlled precisely. Even the slightest temperature shift can completely change the syrup's color and quality. This is no longer simple boiling, but the control of a continuous transformation.
Temperature and time determine the quality of the syrup.
As water slowly evaporates, the remaining syrup becomes thicker, heavier, more concentrated. The slow movement across the surface shows the sugar inside beginning to condense. The syrup continues through multiple stages of purification. With every filtration cycle, more impurities disappear, and what remains moves closer to crystallization. Inside this steam-filled environment, the entire system prepares for its most important moment, the moment when this thick brown liquid begins turning into solid crystals. Under extreme rotational speed, the remaining syrup is separated from the forming sugar crystals. This is the moment sugar truly begins to appear. At first, the crystals are almost impossible to notice, but layer after layer continues to form, growing larger, brighter, until the familiar white color finally appears. Even after crystallization, the sugar still holds moisture. Streams of hot air dry each grain, allowing the crystals to fully separate, creating their fine texture. The sugar crystals have completed a long journey, from raw sugarcane in the fields to a finished product sealed for distribution. But the process still is not over, because inside a modern factory, almost nothing goes to waste.
Nothing is wasted. Everything is reused.
The leftover bagasse, once considered waste, is crushed down further, moisture treated, and blended with minerals and microbes. From the fibrous remains left behind, an entirely new product is created, organic fertilizer, returning nutrients back to the soil to begin another sugarcane season once again. After hours of continuous processing, the final product moves into storage, ready to be distributed everywhere. Behind every familiar bag of sugar is a massive system that never truly stops. From sugarcane freshly harvested from the fields, to the tiny grains of sugar used every day, everything passes through a long journey of heat, pressure, and human hands, a closed-loop cycle where nothing is truly wasted.
A closed loop from sugarcane to every grain of sugar.